Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC, is the only real legitimate bare knuckle fighting organization really in the entire world.
Hey everybody, welcome back, Combat Insiders. We've got on the line now, this is not a nice typical interview. We're doing something a little special. This is kind of we call it a public service announcement kind of deal. Dave Feldman, Bare Knuckle FC, also with Nick Portella here as usual. Dave, like I said, it's not your typical interview, so I don't want to do the standard format. I'm kind of hand it over to Nick, but I guess there's a lot of things going on that you kind of want to talk about.
Yeah, so the reality is there was a hiccup with another bare knuckle organization that we've all seen. We're following it, and it seems like the line is blending a little bit between the two. So we wanted to have you on just so you can kind of clarify everything and explain your end of it. I mean, for us that are on the inside, we see it, but everybody should know just so there's no gray line.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you giving me the floor. I just want to make clear we're in the process of our announcing our fourth event internationally in Cancun. As you guys know, you're going to be on the beach in Cancun with us, so we'll all be down there having some fun. But I know there's a little bit of mix-up. There was another bare knuckle organization, WBKFF, that had promoted a show on November 9th, and it just came out a lot in the press and the media yesterday that they did not pay their fighters or the hotel bill or whatever it may have, whatever it may have happened. I don't know. I don't have the facts and anything, but I know a lot of the rumors are flying around. A lot of the fighters are confirming that. And I just kind of wanted to make this statement that Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC, is the only real legitimate bare knuckle fighting organization really in the entire world. But for now, we're going to say for the United States, we pay all our fighters, we pay all our bills. Everybody's very, very happy with us and with the progress that we're making. And I just don't want any confusion with WBKFF or BKFC. We stand alone as the premier bare knuckle organization in the world. And we just wanted to make that very clear in case people are seeing out there that the fighters didn't get paid, because we're posting some posts and people are saying, oh, well, they don't pay their fighters, and then some of our people are coming in defense of us and saying that's the other organization. I know it's very easy right now to get confused because it's a very new sport, but Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship does stand alone, and I think we stand at the top of the mountain right now as the premier bare knuckle organization in the world, and we will continue to do the best that we can do to provide the fans the best fights and to treat the fighters with their respect and pay them the kind of money that they deserve to make.
Another thing I want to note, the way I tell, even with us looking, if you see black and gold logo, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. If you see white and blue logo, WBKFF. Not the same. We've been getting kind of the reports too, and I won't comment on their situation because I know as much as everyone else does. But I have dealt with you a lot for all four cards, and I've had talked to pretty much every fighter you've had on the card. I've never heard a complaint, and usually they complain to the media. So we haven't heard a complaint at all. I know Josh is kind of in the same boat. He's been on the calls with us, and we follow everything because it's our job. But yeah, since we have him on the Cancun card getting released, he's been kind enough to give us. There's some good media that's going to be coming out in the near future. We won't put it out just yet. It's going to be like a super surprise, but it is coming. And Dave has always been great with us. Whenever we need stuff. Josh, do you have anything you want to add to it? I know you don't follow it as much as I do, but.
Well, no, but we were following the post, and we saw the post that was put out by you guys about how, it was, you really didn't even want to have to put out the post that people were making where they were confusing you, with them. And, I think the whole thing is unfortunate for the whole sport. I think it's unfortunate what's going on. I don't know. Like Nick said, we know about as much as everybody else does. So I don't know the insides of what's going on over there, but it is unfortunate. It's putting it just doesn't look good for them. And I know you guys are, like you said, you pay your fighters, you guys do your thing, and I just hope that it doesn't. I hope people don't really, mix, hey, this is what's going on with bare knuckle boxing in general, because it's not true. It's just not the case. And, I really hope that people don't mix what's going on with them with the whole sport, because it is unfortunate. And I'm sorry you guys had to even post that with people confusing you guys. But, that's kind of my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, we know that we're going to rise above all this, and we know that everybody's going to be able to separate us from the rest of the pack, and we understand that. But right now, as we're announcing this historical international card and only our 4th event, we want to make sure that nothing else gets in the way of this epic announcement that we're going to make. And this isn't like you're going to like you have a job and you're going to wash dishes and the guy doesn't pay you the money. You know what?
Right.
You didn't get paid. It sucks. These guys are risking their lives.
Right.
They're getting hit with bare knuckles, and
right.
each and every one of them could die at any time. You never know. You just don't know. It's boxing. It's fighting, and the intent is to hurt or knock out the other person. And with that being said, to not pay the guys that are standing up there and giving the fans the best, it's unbelievable. Me being a former fighter myself, knowing that, and I think that gives me a little bit more, or makes me a little more grounded in that situation, that, these fighters are going out there and fighting, and in bare knuckle. It's not like, boxing or MMA, where if a fighter doesn't really want to fight, maybe he could just, tap out real quick, or maybe he can take a knee. This is bare knuckle. I mean, you're getting hit with bare fists. This is as real gets, and these fighters deserve to be paid. And like I said, we pay our fighters, we pay everybody. Everybody's very happy with our organization, and we're building a tremendous fan base, and we just don't want to get our fans mixed up with anything else. That Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, again, does stand alone at the top, and really, we are the only legitimate bare knuckle fighting organization in the entire country and pretty much the world.
It is kind of cool, though, that you guys are, I know you said it's just the 4th event, but you have had minimal hiccups. It's like you stepped back, you looked at everything, you didn't rush it. You know what I mean? You knew exactly what you were doing going into it, because there hasn't been any problems from the first card to coming up now. There's nothing. Everything runs smooth. The pay-per-views are great. The quality's great. The production's great. From the viewer's point of view, and even from us knowing a little extra stuff, there's no hiccups. I can't even complain about anything. Nothing.
It's funny, I said the exact amount of days in the first interview I did at the beginning of the first show. Well over 3,000 days in the making. So yeah, we definitely didn't rush this. And the other organization, for instance, was at my fight, the first event. Right. Was handing out his business cards to my fighters. Just something unethical you don't do there anyway. Then called me after the fight and told me, instead of saying great show, he said, yeah, it was okay. You made a lot of mistakes. So a guy that's never been in this sport before, combat sports before, to tell me that I made a lot of mistakes after, climbing a mountain that just goes straight up. It was not easy to climb, and to get there, and for someone to say something like this, there's one word to use for this, and it's karma.
Yeah, well, plus you'll know about the mistakes, because I would venture that there were guys even at the other promotion that really enjoyed the sport. Yeah. So the reality is they have to fight bare knuckle somewhere.
Nah.
So I mean, if that should go down, then you know where the mistakes were. I feel like your promotions were very well respected in the media and for the fans, and you can't ask for more than that.
Dave, a phrase comes to mind when you were just talking about that. How you said, you put over 3,000 days into the first show. It wasn't something that you just went and did it, in a month or two. That it takes years to see an overnight success, right? Nothing is truly overnight. There's the behind the scenes. There's the work that goes into it. People that see that are on the outside, they might look in and say, "Oh, well, yeah, well, they got lucky with a good show overnight." But that's not what happened, right? You guys put months and years of planning into this, and I think that you guys put on it's an awesome product. I think you guys put on, and I think you guys are making your mark in bare knuckle and combat sports in general. I think it's beyond bare knuckle boxing. It's combat sports. You guys are contributing to the whole umbrella, and I think it's awesome. And like I said, unfortunate for the whole thing to kind of happen, but you guys have a huge card coming up. we'll be able to divulge more details forthcoming. And I know I speak for Nick. We're super pumped for it. We're excited,
yeah.
and hopefully we'll get this whole thing going soon, and we'll be able to divulge more information soon. So.
Great.
Yeah, so that's I guess that's all we got for right now. Like I said, we thank you so much for popping on and kind of getting that out. I know it's something that's you wanted to get out real quick, but we appreciate your time, sir. And Dave Feldman, CEO, President, Bare Knuckle FC, and like I said, huge show coming up. Stay tuned. We're Combat Insiders, and we're out.